Get my screen ready. Okay, I'm going to get started and we're recording. I think we're good. Okay. Okay. Hello, welcome everyone. I cannot see if I know everyone or don't know everyone, but my name is Richelle. And I have been here with Q for just now a year, which is really exciting. And a little bit of a backstory is I am a single mom, and that is my little one in the picture. Her name is Elle, and she is sunshine. She is just like this magical little creature who is like, I literally caught her in the mirror. This lady sent her some bows and she was like trying them on today and she's like looking good. Like, I don't know where she came from, but she's awesome. And so she's been such a huge blessing. But what led me to this company is a year ago, I had a husband that walked away from Elle and I. And it was absolutely devastating. It was like, those things happen to other people, those things don't happen to me. And I found myself a single mom in a pandemic as a wedding planner. And I live in California. California weddings weren't happening. So I literally was on my face, like, what am I going to do in life? And I got a message from a dear friend, Brittany Hitch. We had worked at a youth camp together. And so I had known this girl, Brittany, who has gone on to do really well in this company. I want to say for about 16, 17 years. And I got this message and she was like, hey, I've been watching this girl, Fran, do really well at this company. I can't unsee what I just saw. Let's talk. And I remember I was at the parking lot in Trader Joe's and like both of us crying, shared with her my story. And I was like, Britt, like literally, I'm willing to do whatever. Like I have to just have an income and I need to figure out how to stay home with, at the time, my 3-year-old and just be with her during this kind of rough life transition. And so Britt got me all the info and signed up right away. And some of the things that were intriguing to me were, and we'll talk about in a little bit, but just the quality of our products and the compensation plan. Like I remember messaging Britt and just being like, I don't think I read this right because this is like too good to be true. And she's like, no, like that's why I'm like hopping on. So it's been a year and it has been a blessing between the growth of the company, between just being able to make my own schedule. I am seeing people come all different shapes and sizes. Like there's a couple guys that are doing extremely well. One, I love watching him succeed. He was at Best Buy during a pandemic and kept getting like let go, rehired, furlough, whatever. Now he's doing really, really well. We have a former NFL guy doing really well. We have women, we have stay-at-home moms, business women, career women, women in the fitness industry, and all different shapes and sizes because they're catching the vision. And I think the biggest thing is, if 2020 taught us anything, it's stock up on toilet paper, right? And it is figure out finances. So if everything goes crazy again, like we are not stuck. So I am going to just kind of go through like a brief overview of the company, who we are, what we're about. But whomever invited you here, or maybe you're watching a recording of this, go ahead and, as I'm going to go lightning speed, always feel free to reach back to that person to ask questions, or to feel free to message me or anyone else that you know that is involved with this company, and we can kind of walk you through any more like detailed info. So let's me get started. Okay, these are our what we call our mentors. But Mark Wilson, he was actually on the Raiders. I'm a Bay Area girl. So Raiders in the 80s, he had retired. He was doing some real estate development. And I think the way he explains it is one day on the golf course, he was like, is this my life? Like, is this what I'm going to do every day? And really felt like, how do I help people with financial freedom and also with medical issues? And we'll talk more in a second about Dr. Kimberly, but he was connected to Dr. Kimberly of WebMD, and Dr. Kimberly was working on developing some of these amazing products. So him and Mark Wilson started this company, and then it relaunched in 2018 when they actually brought in Jake Spencer, who's now our president. And they said, they just said, hey, Jake, come on in as a consultant. Look at what we have going on here. Like, Jake came in, tweaked our compensation plan, but he also liked the company so much that he bought in half, and he is now our president. And so he is a great guy, super driven. And both of these guys, I love that they are about faith, family, and like financial freedom. That is huge. And I don't hear that too much. So this is, let me make sure my little box is good. This is just like a slide of our S-curve of timing. And I don't know about you, but I have watched people jump into network marketing and do it like really slimy and really weird. And I was actually hesitant about any network marketing because of that. And I have also had friends who have gotten into some companies, whether it be oils or hair or skincare, years ago, and I'm watching them do really, really well. And they got in at the right time when that company was not saturated, like not everyone and their mother is selling oils. And they've been able to build homes, retire their spouse, but just do really well. And we are right where you want to be when there is the growth is happening. So right timing is everything. Right now we are actually, the slide says 20 countries, we are in 24 and growing, and it says ground floor opportunity. And by ground floor we mean like that, like we're just getting started with momentum, not ground floor like I had someone reach out to me and was like, you're all excited about ground floor, like first thing I learned in business school was ground floor, like run the other way. No, like by ground floor, we mean like there is so much room. Like we are at the stage of growth that's just going to keep in the next like 5 years, just keep trucking upward. So we have all types of different products. We have something for kids. We have something for pets. I love it because I have like a great aunt who uses some of the Excel cream for arthritis, but then I have some dear friends that are super into like health and fitness and are using products for like weight loss and muscle growth. Something for everyone. I'm gonna go on. Yeah, this one. This is my favorite. So Q-Core, a little bit of a backstory. I have struggled with hypothyroidism for years, and it was something where when I had my daughter, like I was just hormonally wacky. I was so tired all the time, and not like just new mom tired, like so tired and so foggy and so not me that I really started to do my research and started to figure out like what, like this isn't right, like something's not right. And I was eating healthy, I was exercising, and at first my doctor, you probably hear it all in the background. She's like screaming in the hallway. Sorry about that. But my doctor first kind of was like, yeah, your thyroid's a little off. And then I went to a naturopath, and just what they showed me when they did extensive blood work. And what they had said was like, basically a lot of it is related to your gut. And this began a long journey for me of figuring out like, why am I not absorbing medication? Why do I have a leaky gut? What is candida? And I was so excited when I saw these products because I kind of have I used to have like this huge vitamin closet, and it was almost like I was able to narrow down to exactly what I needed. The Q Core has, you'll see the Max, the Align, and the Biotics in it. And the Max is like a really high medical grade multivitamin. The Align is an anti-inflammatory, and the Biotics are a soil-based probiotic. So, which was funny because my naturopath years ago had said, you need soil-based probiotic. And I was like, oh, I take probiotics from Costco. And she like literally laughed at me. And also her probiotics were like 2 or 3 times more expensive than this one. And I like this one better. So it's just been neat to see like what these products can do and for my life and being able to manage my thyroid. And I have family with some autoimmune issues and watching them be able to thrive because of these products. Our full spectrum hemp line, it's so funny because some people are like, hemp, like you, what is hemp? And it like they're thinking like marijuana and the cannabinoid plant. But hemp, I had really done some research on it because my mom has fibromyalgia. And even before I got involved with Q, I had done my research and had gone and gotten her some hemp oil just for pain management. And it really worked. But when I came into this company, and with Fuse, we have this special biosync technology. And so what we do is we make it so your body is able to absorb it up to 90%. So it's really interesting because there's like this little test you can do. So with regular CBD oil, I take like my little dropper and I can put it in water and it'll just like sit there. You'll just see it not absorb. But with our Fuse, if you were to put it in water, it completely absorbs, which you can see what it's doing for your body. So full spectrum hemp. Another side note with this is I came to this company right when it was one of the darkest seasons of my life. And I can say I'm a person of faith, and yes, that was huge. And I can also say that hemp came into my life at just the right time because I was able to really manage depression and anxiety and some of those strong emotions I was feeling. And I know it was thanks to, yes, my faith, but also these products were huge just to help me with that anxiety and depression in that time. We have a couple new products. One is collagen, and it's a liquid collagen. I had never used collagen before, except for a powder something from Target, which was funny because it was expensive and did not work. And to be able to watch the before and afters of the collagen now, the purple one that is called Reforms for like hair and skin and wrinkles. And then the golden one is for muscles, the rebuild. And these have been huge. We just released these last month. And one thing that's exciting is the way our company works is like when we're getting to release something, it isn't like, oh yeah, let's get collagen out there. That would be great. It's like, how do we make it better than anyone else? And I kind of like that. Like, I think that's like a really neat standard to live by. Like, okay, how do we actually make ours the best or make one step above? And yes, have been loving this. Terpenes. Okay, when I heard terpenes, I had no idea what they were. I had to like Google it, do my research, but we just released a couple of these last month, and this is huge. So terpenes, it's basically is that active compound that's found in a plant that can provide the benefit. We have taken it with our biosync technology and we have made it absorbable. So right now we have 2 that are released, more are coming, but Comfort and Chill have been released. And these are hemp free. So people that don't want anything to do with hemp, totally fine. Like, this is great. You just put the dropper under, and we are first to market with that. And what first to market means, like, as we were announcing terpenes and how exciting it was, I was like, yeah, first to market. I was like, what exactly does first to market? So again, the Google, and it was like, oh, eBay was first to market, like Coca-Cola, like all these big brands, Netflix, and I was like, oh, like really capitalizing on the timing and first to market. So this is an exciting thing for our company right now. And these 2, again, were just released. Okay, so Dr. Stephen Kimberly, he is the one I mentioned earlier that came from WebMD, and that he was the editor-in-chief there, I want to say for like 15 years. And he is one of those, what I really appreciate about him is he has that balance of being a licensed naturopath, but then he also has his Western medicine, and he marries the both very well. And I feel like for me, sometimes, yes, I make my doctor's appointment, I go, but then kind of like the experience I had with my thyroid and gut, it was like there was that piece missing. And it was the naturopath who was able to explain to me what that piece was and get me on the right track. What I like about Dr. Kimberly is his like constant innovation, where he literally had gone to our Mark Wilson and he said, hey, I just need you to know if I'm going to sign on with this as your chief science director, I need to know that like what I can do whatever is best. If I find something better, I need to be able to do that. For example, most people, like if you go to Costco and you take a multivitamin, you're going to want to take 1 or 2 a day. And he's like, actually, you can't pack what you need in 1 or 2 a day. We need to do 2 in the morning, 2 at night. And that was like, well, okay, like, let's do it. And he's like, because that's what works. Okay, let's do it. And he has given us some of the best medical grade products. Okay, real quick, all of our products, you can see exactly where they come from, where they are sourced, and they have that like scan code with the production tests, ingredients, all of that. Okay, I'm gonna have Christy unmute. Christy, I have just fallen in love with it. One of the things about this business is the people you get to work with. And we have this incredible team, which I'll talk more about in a second. And Christy is on that team. And literally, I think it was last month, Christy, my daughter had a weird rash. And I'm like messaging like, hey, Christy, she's a mom in the medical profession. Like, what is this rash? What do I do? And part of that is just the community that we have. And yeah, so I'm going to let Christy just share about why she jumped on board and kind of her experience thus far with products in the company.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Richelle, for asking me to speak. So just a little bit about my background. I am a nurse. I actually have my doctorate in nursing practice and have been on the academic side of nursing now for a little over 10 years. So been in the profession of nursing for, it'll be 20 years. Wow. Didn't realize it's been that long. So been in the medical profession for a long time. And so actually it was one of my former students, Liz Baxley, who's not able to jump on tonight, but Liz actually started posting on social media. And I should say, this is one of those things that if you're a believer, like to me, this was a huge sign. So I don't have a lot of former students as friends on social media, especially where I'm currently, the current university I'm at. And so Liz was one of the few people that I actually had as a friend on social media, because she was just someone, she went on a mission trip with us while she was in school to Guatemala, and her and I just really hit it off. And I knew at that time, this is someone I'm going to keep in touch with after school. And I did, and I'm so thankful. So I started seeing Liz make a few posts about, oh, I'm doing something with this nutrition and wellness company. And I know Liz I knew she had a background in fitness. And then I also knew that her husband was a businessman. So I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. And I reached out to her, and you guys, we all see these things on social media. We're like, okay, here's another thing. I've never done anything like this in network marketing. Like, I've had tons of friends try to get me to sell all kinds of things. And I just have it's just never piqued my interest at all. And so I reached out to Liz and I said, tell me what you're doing. And so when she started telling me about it, I was like, okay, I, for one, trust Liz about the products, because I know that she's a great nurse and healthcare provider, because in part because I know the program she went through. So I know she's good, and I know she knows how to do her research. So already I feel like the products are going to be pretty good. And then I knew, like I said, I knew about her husband, and she said when her husband saw it, he was like, oh, you got to jump on this. So I joined, and this was back in June, I started taking the products. I started with Q Core, and like Richelle said, it really is a game changer. And I have a good friend whose daughter is 16. She started taking it and she loves it. So it's not just like, I mean, I'm older, so I know I'm like, oh, I can use anything to help me feel better. But even young adults, you know, I think it's really helpful. For me personally, I've had a lot of knee surgeries. I've had 7 knee surgeries over the years, including a total knee replacement. So for me, knee pain has just really been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. And I was taking not a huge dose of pain medicine and not like a strong pain medicine by any way, but I was taking things for pain almost every single day. Started taking Q Core in about 2 weeks in, and I remember it so clearly. We were camping. We were at the lake camping, and I came out of the tent. And when I say camping, like we legit camp, like in a tent still, ready for those days to be over. So I come out of the tent, I was like, I feel really good. Like I'm not all tired and stiff like I normally am when I walk out of the tent and I'm like, oh, I can't move. And I felt really good. And I was like, this stuff actually, like it really works. And like, I could tell a difference, which I have never had that with any other type of supplement before, where I could really feel it working. So I think that's a key thing. And like Richelle said, I think for me, knowing that these products are all really high quality medical grade, when we look at, you know, just like the collagen, for example. And when you hear Dr. Kimberly talk about, you know, why we chose the things that we chose, the ingredients, and it's all because this is the high quality, like we want to provide the highest quality products out there. And so that you really are going to feel and see a difference. And, you know, and I was someone again, like that, I was big on like, we have medicines for things, and I don't know about all this natural stuff. Like that can't possibly work, right? I mean, that was my attitude for forever. And then I started taking these products, complete 180. Now I'm like, oh, we've got a product for that. Wait a second, we've got a product for that. And they work, and that's the great thing. So if you're having trouble sleeping, sore muscles, I mean, joint pain, weight loss, like Richelle said, there's just so many different products out there, and they're all done really, really well, where I really feel like I can definitely tell a difference. Again, I think our motto, it's like we can't cure diseases, but we can definitely help you live a better lifestyle, and whatever that means for you. So like I said, Q Core is by far, but I've tried a lot of the products, loved every single one of them. I like some of our nutrition, like weight loss supplements, like with the protein shakes and things like that, are really good. And they're yummy, which is really hard to find. I think they're really delicious. So we were talking about on our little chat today, the greens, and they are really yummy. Like they have apple cinnamon flavor, and I mixed that with a vanilla protein shake. I feel like I'm drinking apple cinnamon oatmeal. Like it's so delicious. And the other thing, and then I swear I'll quit talking, Richelle. I know I only had like a couple minutes and I feel like I'm rambling on.
You're good.
But I just really want to talk about the community, like Richelle started talking about as she introduced me, because to me, like that's one of the most important things. I've been in jobs where you don't, you know, and especially if it's jobs with, unfortunately, a lot of times a job with a bunch of women are, you know, can get a little catty and feel like a competition. And that is not how it is with this group at all. Like the most encouraging, supportive. If you send out something in our little group chat of, hey guys, I'm struggling with this. I mean, it's like instant. You've got people praying for you, giving you advice, talking, encouraging you, building you up. All of these things. So the community aspect of it was not something I was expecting, but it has definitely been a huge, huge blessing. So I am just thankful, and I'm so thankful for Richelle and getting to know her. And thanks for having me on here.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the community is the sweetest. Like it's hard to explain that to someone. It's like, and then because people are like, oh, social media. I'm like, actually, I found some of my dearest friends on social media and through this business. So it's been really sweet. Okay. Oh, Sarah, yeah.
I have a friend that she said she's in the waiting room.
Oh no.
Check that.
let's see. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I got talking. Okay, I think everyone's joining.
Okay.
I did record it too. So just, okay. Hopefully everyone's in now. I apologize if I left people in the waiting room. Okay. Okay, so ways to earn. We are able to earn money off of customer commission, monthly team commission, promotion bonuses, and our financial freedom movement bonus. So I think a big thing is understanding, like a lot of times people come in and be like, I can't afford this. Absolutely. I get it. But if you were going to go out and start a business somewhere else, it costs $40 to basically buy your website. And if you were going to do that somewhere else, I don't know how you could do that, like with a brick and mortar, if that makes sense. So $40 buys you your website and kind of the business side for an entire year. And then usually, like say the Q core, that's about $130 a month. So you're looking at, to get your business started, about $170, $175 a month when all is said and done. We have a thing called the financial freedom movement. And this is something that's really special. It usually costs, like for a season, my husband and I were meeting with a financial advisor. And I want to say to like the initial meeting was like $300. And then it was like each time we met was a pretty good chunk of change. And, you know, for us, we're like, we finally went to a friend because it was like, I just can't afford, like you're busting my bank account, like just doing this. But we have here, as soon as you join, you don't even have to hit a certain rank, what's called the financial freedom movement. And what I love is it's the president's wife. This is her passion, and she is the one, this is kind of like her brainchild that she has taken. She's that blonde lady in the picture. The whole idea is, so many times you will see network marketers, like I grew up with some of my mom's friends getting what I think Mary Kay was like a Cadillac, or you know, you get the car, you get the trip. Yes, there are like trips and certain incentives here, but our biggest thing is financial freedom and paying off debt. So as you hit certain ranks, they will pay up to $400 towards the debt of your choice. So the rank I'm at now, I get $200 towards the debt of my choice. So automatically, they are paying towards my credit card each month. And that is on top of what I already make. But from the very start, I have access to financial advisors. And that is really special because the whole idea is to build your finances and build them well. Okay, so 4 ways to earn. We have, if you'll see the first box, the customer sales commission. The second box is kind of by rank. Third box is promotional rank bonus. And the fourth box, I'm not sure if it's covered, but that is just the financial freedom, the debt payoff. And this is huge. I think one thing that was interesting to me is I have friends in other companies similar with very different compensation plans, not as generous. And I have friends that are like, hey, I'm at this level and I can either be making like $300 to $1,200. And you're like, what? Like, and they'll be like, on average, well, like, what's your average? And, you know, they're usually on like the lower of the totem pole. Here, for example, I was able to hit bronze, and you'll see under the monthly team commission box, that is a set guaranteed pay. So $1,700 a month is set pay. It isn't like, kind of, it's like, that is exactly what I'm going to be getting. And if I'm doing customer sales on top of that, the commission is on part of that, the bonus, and then also my $200 towards the debt and my choice right now is where I'm at. And so I think a big thing is for someone coming in, looking at this chart and saying like, where would, like, what do you need? what would be a blessing to your family to get either like debt paid off, food on the table, some extras. And I have people all the time reaching out to me and was like, hey, you want to make $200 extra a month? Actually, like I want to I want to make some really good like like I want to retire from being a wedding planner and just do this and ministry and raise a awesome kid. Like that is the goal. And so I think it's looking at asking the person who brought you here, like, okay, say I need to make $750 by Christmas each month. What do I need to do to get there? And they can help you. I can help you. We can figure out what needs to be done to get you to that point, because we can show you exactly what cells need to happen, everything that needs to happen so that you're moving in that direction. I think the biggest thing is someone will come to me and say, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I'm nervous of what people will think. I don't know social media. And I think I have an answer for each of them. And it's one of those things like, if I can build this in the most tragic year of my life, slow but steady. It was slow at the beginning because I did not want to get out of bed. You can too. And I don't mean that to sound cheesy or whatever, but it's a lot of grit. It's a lot of mindset. It's a lot of encouragement from those around me. But we have put systems in place that we can plug you into. Like I think a lot of times we had a girl just join our team and she had done something before and she's like, I just was like alone. Like I'm still in awe that like I can like ask questions or that there's systems in place, because before it was like, you go figure out your samples, get those out, figure out an inventory and go. And we don't have that there or have that here. Like I don't have to deal with inventory. I don't have to deal with trying to figure out how to make it work. Our mentors and the systems we have in place, like are working for us. And if someone plugs in and if they are consistent, that consistency is going to show up over time. So what's next? If you are here or you are watching this recording and you're like, I'm intrigued, like I have 70 questions, but I'm intrigued. Or maybe you're like me, where you're like, this is exactly what I've been praying for. And this is like, I get to work from my sweatpants on my own hours, do my own thing, and like have a community. I'm in. No matter where you are, if this is something that might be a fit, reach back out to the person whom invited you here, and we will get you plugged into our community. And we have introverts, extroverts, everyone in between. And we have this special team, we're called the More Life team. And we have a Facebook group in place. We have a team chat. Your hand will be held. Like you will not be a lost little puppy in this. And we will make sure and get you to where you need to go. We have the systems in place and we can goal set with you and help you to win. So I have a couple of minutes for questions. If anyone has any, you can unmute and hop on. Otherwise,
Hey, Richelle.
yeah.
I don't really have a question,
Yeah.
but I have more like just a quick testimony because my husband and I, you were talking about the financial freedom movement, and
Oh, yeah, you guys had yours this week.
yes, we just met with him yesterday morning, I think it was. And it was really eye-opening to me because I'm just saying right now that I've never had like a financial coach, anyone tell us, hey, you need to pay yourself first and you need to like take care of yourself. And then he also said like this one fact that stood out to me was like, I think he said, the majority of Americans have like over 50,000 in debt. And that right there just blew my mind. Like, and he's like, and you can get out of debt within a year or so. And I was like, seriously? So now I'm just saying all that to say that the financial freedom movement in and of itself, I would have totally like joined this company just for that because it's so much wealth and knowledge. And the things that we're learning is I've never heard before in my life, you know, probably better than, what's that? person that tells you to Dave Ramsey, you know.
Well,
So
I love that you spoke into that, because when we had gone to one years ago, I think I left feeling ashamed. I left feeling
yeah,
confused, and all these big words were thrown about, and we were young and just trying to figure it out. And I was sick to my stomach to go into the meeting here, and it was like so nice. They were so pleasant and easy, and like, hey, when you're
yeah,
ready to buy a home, like, we're gonna have this
like
program. I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, they didn't make me feel dumb, and I think that for me was really special in itself, because money can make me like cringy.
yeah. And he also said something too that made me, you know, because we're already in our 30s, but he told us we have helped people in their 40s, 50s, like get set for retirement and plan. And I was like, wow, like that's amazing. So I'm loving it. All that to say, I'm just loving the
Mm.
FFM program.
Okay, everyone. Well, again, reach back. If you're watching this, reach back to the person who invited you. Always feel free to message me on social media, or my email is just my first name, last name at Gmail. Either way, I can answer any questions. But everyone, have a good night. If I can figure out how to close it.